Hi, this is Matt Richards from Fast Electric Bike, and I'm excited today to show you the newest bike that I'm adding to my e-bike collection, which I currently have in the trunk of this car. Quick, easy setup, just two basic pivot points, as you can see. One here at the center of the frame, and one here at the neck here, right above the front tire. Pretty straightforward, easy to fold. The total weight of this bike, assembled as you see here, with the battery pack, I weighed it on the scale at 37 pounds, which is far lighter than most e-bikes, and by far lighter than some of the extended capacity, extended range battery packs with the HC motors that you see. Overall, super light. It was easy to get in and out of my trunk. I was surprised how easy it was actually. And overall, pretty nice little package. So I brought the bike here today near my house. This is Lake Puddingstone in San Dimas. What's nice about this location is they actually have a large dam behind me that you see, with a nice large stretch on top as a bike path. What makes that especially nice is that it's perfectly level from side to side. So today I want to actually test the real range of this bike on throttle only. I know that's a big concern to many, especially with just a small Mighty Mini pack under the rear seat. The number one cause of e-bike anxiety by far is range for most people. So before I go on a long ride with this new bike, I want to at least know how far and how deep I can go before I get into a situation where I don't have any juice anymore. Although, after riding this bike, I must say, even if I were to lose power completely, this bike is so light and easy to ride that it wouldn't be a big issue like it is with some of the monster e-bikes, where when you lose power, you really have to work your ass off, to get back home. So I think even in a worst case situation, this bike would still be a joy to pedal. I'm basically just going to go back and forth along the dam here as many times as I can and track the mileage with both my phone and the onboard computer, just to make sure it's accurate and see how far it goes. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so here I am on the dam here for Puddingstone. What I'm going to do is keep the speed between 10 and 15 miles per hour, kind of average cruising speed if you're going to commute. Any faster and it's sort of harder to have a good benchmark because wind resistance and all kinds of stuff come into play. But 15 miles per hour is a good cruising speed, I think, for a test like this. So that's my plan. So a couple things while doing this test that are surprising me. One is the power needed to maintain 15 miles per hour is just minimal. We're just cruising. It's putting out 250 watts, looks like, or less most of the time, to maintain this speed, which is a testament to the bike's low resistance due to the 20-inch tires inflated at 55 pounds, due to the light weight of the bike overall. I weigh about 185 pounds, so combine this, we're looking at a total of 220 pounds or so for this whole setup. So really, it's pretty surprising. The second thing is I'm surprised how long this test is actually going to take. I mean, I've been doing this now for a little while. I'm already over 7 miles, and I've only got, let's see, I'm still almost 55 volts in the battery, for goodness sake. So, yeah, it's going to be a long haul here. Enjoy the ride. Stay tuned. Alright, so I just wrapped up testing of the bike, the range testing on the Luna Mini folding bike, and I was quite surprised with the results. So kept the speed around 15 miles per hour. Towards the end, started to get a little bored, so started increasing speed to 17, 18 at times. Total distance, which I'll show here on the Cycle Meter app, that I was able to do, over 24 miles, 24.2, hour and 47 minutes. That's almost 14 miles per hour average, which is about right with the turns at the ends. Overall, just amazing for how small that pack is to get almost 25 miles of distance, throttle only. I never pedaled one time. The cool thing is, as small as that pack is, you could just buy a second spare, throw it in your backpack, and you've got almost 50 miles of range from those 2 small batteries. So super impressed. So I'm going to take the bike home now, kind of go over some more things in the bike that I like and a few pros and cons, and overall loving this bike. There's 2 things people always ask about e-bikes when they see them or when they want to buy one, and it's basically the same 2 questions. How far does it go in a single battery charge, and how fast can it go throttle only? So we found out the range is over 24 miles now. I recharged the battery pack here about an hour ago. Now I'm going to take it in the street here and see just how fast we can go top speed with throttle only. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to use the cyclometer app again here, which also does capture your top speed after the ride is over. So I'll go give it a shot now and come back and see what the top speed was recorded at. Alright, so you can see here my starting voltage right at 58 volts. I used my Luna advanced charger, and actually it showed about 58.8 on the charger, so a little inconsistent there, but that's expected. So yeah, full charge, and give it a shot and see how it goes. Alright, so just got back from the top speed test here. Let's pull the cyclometer app out here. You can see my route back and forth in the street there, right in front of my house. Top speed I was able to hit was 31 miles per hour. So with the BBS02 on the folding Mini, I was able to hit 30 miles per hour on this bike. And to be honest with you, that was throttle only. I wasn't pedaling. That's as fast as you want to go. And it's only 20-inch tires. At that speed, it still feels controlled, but you definitely feel the short wheelbase and you feel the bumps in the road. I wouldn't want to go any faster than that. And it's got tons of power as it is. So you can see in this clip I'm going to overlay, this is 4th gear from a stop with throttle only. This thing will pull the front tire off the ground if you're seated upright. 4th gear, not 1st gear. This is 4th. Just tons of torque. It's geared really awesome as it is. I suppose if you wanted, you could probably enlarge the chainring for more top speed, but you don't need to. It's geared just for perfect, just peppy, zippy, fun speed. It's just an awesome bike. And with a 24-mile range, 30 mile per hour, throttle only top speed, and 37 pounds, it's really unbelievable. This bike overall is definitely becoming one of my favorites compared to the others. So, alright, so just got back from my range testing with the Luna Mini folding bike here. I think some of the keys to that range, of course, was the steady speed. I kept it at 15 to 18 miles per hour, just nice steady throttle, no surges of amperage, which of course helps the range. The BBS02, which is installed on this bike, at first when I saw that I was thinking to myself, why didn't they just put an HD on there? It goes in the same space, almost the same size, a little heavier, but the performance you get is so much greater. But I take all that back after riding this bike. The performance is more than enough. The small 20-inch tires, while it makes the bike small and super nimble, it's also one of those things where the smaller the tire, the shorter the wheelbase, the less stability you have with the bike. So if you were to hit a large pothole or a crack or anything that makes the bike unstable, the small tires do not help in that situation. So that's one of the drawbacks to the bike in general, is the high-speed stability. That being said, up to 30, it feels super stable. I never felt out of control or that it wasn't safe at any time. If I was to find a large downhill and go 35, 40, I'm sure I'd start to feel a little nervous on the bikes because the tires are so small. But non-issue at the speeds that it's designed for with the way it's currently configured with this cassette. So overall, I have a new appreciation for a few things. First of all, being, of course, the BBS02, which I haven't had experience with until now. Felt plenty powerful, and I think in this configuration it's configured for up to 1500 watts, which again is tons of power. The second thing, of course, is the battery. I was so surprised with the range of this battery. If you were to just buy one spare battery and keep that in your backpack, you could go 50 miles without pedaling. Now, if you pedal with the bike, of course, you're going to have a lot more success with that range, and at that point it's endless depending on how much effort you want to put into it. I've been to the Luna facility quite a few times now, and I met with Eric, and when you're there you kind of have a chance to try stuff out and play with some of the toys there. I never gave this bike much thought or even a second look. The other day Eric said, "Man, you got to try this bike. It's one of my favorite bikes. Ride it and you'll see why." So I did, took it for a spin in the parking lot, and I was like, I've got to have this bike. And actually going to be giving this to my dad, I think, because he travels in his RV and was looking for a solution for traveling in the RV that he could put inside of a small. So this is perfect for his needs, for something that's compact that can go in his RV. The nice thing about this bike compared to some of the other folding bikes or small bikes too is the starting platform. This Mosso bike is a great starting platform with high quality components. The folding mechanism itself is super easy to use. The bike folds really well. Just in general, front to back, it feels high quality. As soon as you step onto it and sit on it, it feels like something that's going to last a long time, and it gives you confidence too when you're going at those at higher speeds. Lastly, I'd say that the thing that just impresses me the most is just how much fun it is. It's kind of hard to quantify that with anything else. It's, of course, a lot of that's personal preference to what's fun to you. But I've got the Levo for off-roading, full suspension, my KHS 500 ludicrous fat bike for trails and for street riding and for just high power fun. This is more just like riding a small little go-kart. It's super nimble, super easy to get around. You can just dodge stuff on the asphalt super easily. So just from getting from A to B, this is probably the choice of bike for the actual function of transportation, where those of course are more form, and if you're off-roading you can't beat the S-Works and the components it has. But overall, super happy with this bike. Glad to put more miles on it and can't wait to see what else I can get into with this bike. So that's about it for my review on the bike. If you get a chance, try one out yourself. I think you're going to love it. I can't say enough about it. I wasn't super impressed until I tried it myself, but now that I've tried it, I'm definitely going to recommend it to others that are looking for a small solution like this, especially knowing the range it has now, which of course was one of the big reservations to begin with. So yeah, overall, fantastic product.